Hi guys, it's Hayden Crawford from Dreamtime Academy, and I'm a soul guide, intuitive, and life coach, spiritual teacher, and I specialize in color therapy and numerology. Today we're going to be having a look at your birth charts and exploring what that means about you and your soul's journey, and of course what your strengths and weaknesses are, the best times for you to embark on new projects and ventures, and even your galactic origins, past life implications, and karmic lessons. So there's a lot that we can get from your date of birth, basically. So if you'd like some insights with me today, just drop your date of birth into the chat. Let me know whereabouts in the world that you're watching from, and I'm going to do the rest. Now, I'm also going to be using the amazing Cosmic Family Oracle cards today during the live, just to add in an extra layer of information. And this is my own beautiful deck of oracle cards, which features 7 different galactic races, archangels, and ascended masters as well. So you can have a good look at those as I'm doing the live. Now, before we get into any of that, though, I just wanted to say a big, massive thank you for all the new subscribers on this channel. I can't believe we're at 10,500 subscribers now. And it just blows me away that how many of you are engaging with the episodes of Cosmic Conversations and the Numerology Show, leaving comments, and I'm just delighted to see so many of you enjoying the work that I'm doing. All right. So, okay, well, the early bird that caught the worm today, it looks like it's you, Maria. Okay, so lovely to meet you. And you're new here, are you? Oh, fantastic. Well, I always like newbies. there's always a good... They put 10 years on yourself there, didn't you, Maria? Saying you were born in 1963 when you were born in 1973. There you go. So we're often trying to make ourselves younger, aren't we? Not older, but okay. So you're the 14th of August, 1973. Beautiful. And it's Maria. Okay. So let's have a look then. We'll have a good explore. So you're a day number 5, derived from a karmic number 14. Now, in numerology, there's only 4 karmic numbers. You've got the 13, 14, 16, and 19. And you have got the 14, which, I'll explain what the karma is around that. Not as a punishment, though, but just as a lesson to learn, I suppose, So you got the 3, you got the 8, you got 2 1s as well. And I think that's everything there. Yeah, so day number 5, a life path number 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, 28, 29, 33. So you're a master number 33 over 6, and then you're a personal, 9, 10, 14 is a 5. Okay, so hello, Erica from Argentina. Nice to see you, artsy lady. You were in my live recently, weren't you? I seem to remember a few Argentinian friends that came into my live stream recently. That's Bailey, by the way, in the background. He's my colonial cocker spaniel. So he just likes chilling like a villain, when I'm doing my live streams. There you go. I've got a good memory, haven't I? Yeah. Hello to Jenny Brown. Nice to see you here today as well. Welcome, Jenny. And we'll have a look at exploring yours after we've had a look at Maria. And hello, welcome back to Dina as well. You just like a card from my beautiful deck. Well, flattery will get you everywhere, Dina, as well. Fantastic. Okay, so Maria, we're with you. I'm going to talk about the karma of the 14 to begin with, because that's your day number influence. Now, the karma of the 14 really, it means that you need freedom in this incarnation, because in a last or past incarnation or a significant incarnation, it could have been parallel, you may have restricted someone's freedom. Yeah. So, or you could have had your freedom restricted. So maybe you were incarcerated or you imprisoned somebody else. And so in this life, you're going to be learning issues or lessons around freedom. And this could mean that sometimes, that you have an insatiable appetite for freedom in your own life. So you need to travel, explore, get out into life instead of hiding away from it. Or it could be that, you sometimes have issues around freedom within your own incarnation as well, within this lifetime. So, sometimes the 5, if you're living in the shadow of the energy of the 5, which is what the 14 reduces to, it can, you know, mean that there's some sort of difficulties or challenges with obtaining true freedom, or whatever that means for you. So, you know, that's the karma. So it's not a punishment, it's a lesson to be learned. And so, you know, again, because the 5 relates to the planet Mercury, it's represented by this bottle in the color mirrors, Maria. It's called Mercury. This bottle, it's emerald green in color. So what we know from Mercury, it's all about freedom, communication, versatility. The color green means that your soul needs space. So you need to explore, adventure, get out into life and not hide away from life. And you also need to be able to express yourself freely. So for day number 5, people, you know, you need to make sure that you've always surrounding yourself with people that allow you to kind of just be yourself. So that's very important, you know. And actually, you also have to learn as you move through your life to let go of old identities of, you know, people that no longer served you, you know, or identities that no longer served you as well. So it's about being honest with yourself when you've got a day number 5. You've really got to not pretend to be something that you're not. I mean, 5s are notoriously very good at emulating other people. So you can, you know, if you surround yourself with people at the top of their game, they'll always, you know, they'll always be good role models for you, and you'll be able to become like them very, very quickly as well. Hello, Astrology by Moonlight as well. Hello, Lee. We'll have a look at doing your birth chart today as well, if you like. And hello to Marek Moraine. Nice to have you here again as well, isn't it? Yeah. There you go. There you go. So that's it. Yeah, no posturing. A fully open throat chakra, Maria. 150%. Yeah. Ah, there you go. So Amanda Celeste, I always arrive on a 5. Do you? Oh, well, maybe there's some significance there for you today then. Yeah. So yeah, the 5 is, you know, again, it's the center of the emotional plane. So it's like the heart energy. So, you know, that's why it's green in the color mirrors. So it relates to the heart chakra. So it just means that, you know, you have a driving intensity of feeling as well. Now, your life path is a 33/6. So your life path governs your true soul purpose. And so your purpose in this incarnation is to learn to master love, because number 6 relates to Venus, the planet Venus, the planet of love. So this is bottle number 6 in the color areas. It's this beautiful pink ray. Isn't that gorgeous? So, you know, the pink vibration relates also to the heart center. So, you know, I know you're a lover, not a hater. You are somebody who's here to, you know, to learn how to become selfless, but without being a people pleaser, Maria. So for a lot of 33s, you'll have to explore everything that isn't unconditional love on your quest to being able to understand the truth of what unconditional love really looks like. So, you know, that means that you may end up attracting people with narcissistic personality disorder or real narcissists, you know, along your way, because the 6 is a very parental vibration. It's a very maternal energy. The pink ray relates to the mother archetype. So a lot of the time, the best healers, mothers, artists, or designers are held within the vibration of the 6. And of course, you're a 33/6. So your lessons are going to be slightly more pronounced, because master numbers, people with master numbers come in with a very often more challenging incarnations, because they wanted to evolve to their highest potential. I mean, so that is your highest potential, mastering love. But many master numbers do live in the mortal energies of their number, which for the 33 is the 6. Okay. So so you live from your heart chakra, Maria. Beautiful. I love that. I bet you do as well. I bet you do. So we can look at your arrows of individuality that you've got as well. So you've got the arrow of practicality, the 1, 4, and 7, which means that you love active participation in life. You love getting, you know, boots on the ground. You know, you're good with your hands. You like the physical, practical, material, and organizational aspects of life as well. So you're good with, you know, a lot of the 6s that have the arrow of practicality, often good with Reiki or massage or any of the more practical physical modalities. And you also have the arrow of activity as well, the 7, 8, and 9, which normally would manifest as a suppression of nervous energy, Maria. So it could be that your central nervous system's very active, and you find it difficult slowing down. So it's essential for people with this arrow, to surround yourself with people that allow you to kind of just slow down a little bit. People that are a little bit more chilled would be really good as well. So this is an interesting, sort of vibration that comes up. Often people with the arrow of practicality and the arrow of activity, they often like to keep their bodies physically going and moving. So, they often can enjoy exercising, etc. You've got a vivid imagination. When you've got the isolated 3, it means that your imagination is very active, and sometimes it can run away with you a little bit. You are definitely somebody who's quite traditional and conservative, and some of your values, very independent, very methodical in the way that you go about your business as well. And this year, actually, you're in a 14-5 year. Your personal year is a 5, which when it's the 14 that sits behind it, remember it's karmic. So even though your soul wants space and wants to travel this year, there may be some form of restriction around travel potentially, so a trip that you plan might not come off, or there might be delays or whatever it is, but it's almost like this year your soul is craving getting away from it all and exploring, maybe going to a different country. Even if you can't afford to do that, though, at least do a road trip, because it's really just about getting away from it all and being honest with yourself and not hiding away. Don't hide away from life this year, because if you do, that's when life may become a bit more problematic or challenging for you, see. So Maria, hopefully that's connected with you. I do love your soul colors, though. I love the green, pink soul color people, because it is directly connected to the heart energy. So, love and freedom, which really come up as dominant themes within this incarnation for you. So you are traveling this year, are you? Good. Where are you going? Are you going anywhere nice? So, that's an interesting one, isn't it, Erica? So Erica says, they say the colors of an Andromedan starseeds are violet and purple, gold and white. And those are my favorite colors, as I'm an Andromedan starseed. Yeah. Well, that's right. So am I. And that's why the colors that I use within my branding are gold and violet. Yeah. And also magenta as well. Yeah. So often, those frequencies are the colors of the skies, within Andromeda, the Andromeda constellation. So Malik says, would appreciate if you could guide for career, no work for a long time. Okay, we can have a look at exploring that for you as well. As we move through today's live, I'm just going to go through people systematically today, who's dropped their dates of birth in first. I'll go through the list like that today. Yeah. Oh, you're going to Bali and Costa Rica. I love that. Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? That would be very nice. Oh, and your favorite color has also been purple, has it? Astrology by Moonlight, since you were a child. Yeah, it's a beautiful high vibration color. It connects with spirit as the color psychology and analysis. The color violet connects to spirit, and it can really help with the removal of distortions of grief within the heart center as well. I've been working a lot actually with my Oversoul Codex realignment sessions with people this week that have been dealing with quite a lot of grief. Yeah. And it seems to be in the zeitgeist at the moment a lot. A lot of people sort of feeling isolated, getting a bit depressed, and it can manifest as grief that's held within the upper heart. I've definitely noticed that. Let me pick a card out for Maria from the Cosmic Family Oracle cards, and then we're going to have a look at moving on to our next victim. Excuse me. And that'll be you, Jenny Brown, a Libran, another Libran like me. All the best people are Librans, aren't we, Jenny? Okay, so the card that comes up is the Arcturian Creative. That doesn't surprise me at all for you, because there's card number 6. This is your life path number before after we reduce it from 33. And this is Nikawi. which is about creating a next level healing system. So maybe this is what you're going to be, embroiled. Is that the right word? Enmeshed, involved in creating a next level healing system. So maybe you've got ideas and you need to sort of bring those into physical reality. Maybe that's something that you could do. And thank you so much for the super sticker with the 999. I do like a 999. I'm a life path 9, Maria. So when I see that, that's always puts a smile on my face. Thank you so much. Listen, if you loved that and you'd like more information, I kind of specialize in creating what's called a Starseed Numerology report. And they're actually on special offer today for only 59 Australian dollars. And it's actually a 22-page handcrafted document, which will go deeply into not only your birth chart, but also your name chart as well. Because remember, your name carries a vibration too through your soul urge number and your outer expression number and your complete name number as well. So in order for me to get it super accurate, I do need to look at both the birth chart and the name chart together at the same time. So, it will reveal where your soul has originated from. So whether you're an Andromedan starseed like me and Erica, or you're from Lyra or Sirius or the Pleiades or Orion or Antares or Alpha Centauri or even Alpha Draconia. And of course, looks at any relevant or significant past life implications that are impacting on this current incarnation, any karmic lessons, and your true soul purpose. And they're very predictive about your future as well, because I look at your pyramids, which are your peak years of maturity. So if you'd like me to create that for you, then there is a link in the description of this video that you can click on to claim the special offer, and you'll be taken through to a landing page, where you can enter all your birth details, like your date, time, place of birth, and living name, and then just give me 3 to 5 business days to create it for you. All right, my love. There you go. So we are with you now. All right. So we're going to have a look at exploring Jenny Brown next. Jenny Brown. And you're from Bellingham, WA. Oh, wow. I didn't even know there was a Bellingham in WA. Yeah, interesting. I was brought up in a little place near Billingham in England. So I didn't realize there was a Bellingham here as well, which is super cool, isn't it? Excuse me. So, there you go, Maria. So Maria says, yes, involved with that. You're a healer, an alchemist, and a Lyran Pleiadian. I love that combination. That's a beautiful combo, that, isn't it? Excuse me. There you go. So, yeah, Misty, if you'd like your full report, just click the link in the description. All right, it's in the description below, and you can claim your special offer. If you're hearing me being a bit husky today, it's because I went to the dentist the other day to get my teeth cleaned, and I came back and my throat was a bit sore, and I was like, oh no, not again, because I've had a lot of issues with my chest recently, and it cleared after I did the Ken Lloyd light language activations, and it went for about 2 weeks, and then I got this sore throat, and now it's kind of just a little bit scratchy. So I haven't got a sore throat anymore, but it's just a bit annoying. So if I'm coughing a bit, do excuse me. I'm not really sick, but it's just like a bit tickly, if you know what I mean. All right. So I know it can be a bit of a pain in the proverbial, can't it, when you hear someone coughing a little bit. Okie dokie. So let's have a look. All right. So we're going to have a look next at Jenny Brown. So Jenny, you're born on the 8th of October, 1974. Beautiful. Okay, so you've got a day number 8, and you've got a life path number 9, 10, 17, 89, 21, 22, 30. Very nice. And then you've got an 8, 9, 10 is a 1. So you've got a 9, a 7, a 4, and 2 1s as well. Okie dokie. So Jenny, here we go. This is what your birth chart looks like. So again, it's interesting. You've got the same 2 arrows that we just saw, and it's interesting, isn't it, when that happens. With Maria had the same two arrows. So what I would have said to her would apply to you as well with regards to those two arrows. I mean, you've got a very different life path. You're a 3. Well, actually, when you add up all the numbers in your date of birth, it totals 30 before you reduce it to the 3. So the 0 amplifies that creative essence of who you are. Yeah, so it amplifies it. So, you know, the 3s are very performative. The 3s are very intelligent, and the 3s are very analytical, and the 3s can be really critical as well. Mainly, you know, of yourself, but sometimes other people as well, when you're living in the shadow of the 3. So if we look at the 3 in color form to begin with, that's bottle number 3, and it's called Jupiter, and it's coral in color. So this is the largest planet in our solar system. So it's very expansive. So for 3s, often they want to stand up in the world, claim their spot, and but they may need to overcome issues of low self-esteem, lack of self-confidence, and lack of self-worth on your pathway to be able to become the performer and the creative, the musician, the writer, you know, whatever creative aspects you've come in to really become. You have to like self-accept, really self-accept, love and accept yourself for exactly who you are. And that's where the expansion really comes from. But you, in a way, you know, you're a day number 8 as well. So the 8 brings a great sense of organization, independence to your personality blueprint, that aspects of you that likes to be in control, and the manager archetype as well, you know, so that essence of you that wants to manage people, projects, you know, money. So when I see an 8, I know that, you know, it's a reflection of you is very organized, and you like doing things methodically. Everything has to be done properly. I married an 8, so my husband's an 8 and a Libran as well, believe it or not. And but he's a life path 8, so everything has got its place in the house. Everything has to be, you know, just put in the right place. Everything has to always go back to the same place. And if I move anything, then it'll always get put back to its original position when I'm not looking. So that can sometimes happen, especially with Libranites, because Librans love aesthetics, right? Jenny, you like things to look pretty, because Librans are ruled by Venus, you say, the planet of love. So you know, it's a nice color combination to have, actually, because your 8 relates to Saturn, which is old father time, which is lilac over violet. So this is why, you know, 8s have to do things properly. They're prepared to put in the hard yards to get their rewards. And then the 3, so the 8 and the 3 together. So coral, lilac, and violet come up for you, Jenny, for your soul colors. So, you know, remember, violet relates to spirit. Coral is the color of the new Christ ray. And this also means that you could make a good business analyst as well, because remember, the 3 isn't just about creativity, it's also very analytical. And so a lot of 8-3 people are very good with financial or business analysis as well. That's really important to remember. Now, the other thing is, like, you've got to really learn to fill your own cup up first, because you're always doing stuff for everybody else all the time. And if you keep on doing it, you're going to risk getting overly stressed and then burning out. So I always say to the 30 people like you is, you've got to make sure you carve enough space and time away from everybody else so that you can allow your own innate creativity to really fully blossom. Yeah. Okay. So is this all making sense for you, Jenny? Leave us a few comments and let me know. Now, you're in a personal year 1 this year, which is a year of rebirth. It's like the freshest form of spring rebirth that you can ever possibly hope to imagine. So it is like moving house this year, changing jobs, new opportunities presenting themselves for you. So it brings fresh energy in. So it can be really super exciting. All those things that you've wanted to be made manifest for such a long time, all of a sudden start slipping in between the cracks. Yeah. So yeah, you've also got the arrow of activity. So remember, this is a suppression of nervous energy. It's like your central nervous system's on steroids. So you're always zipping around all over the place, doing loads of different things with loads of different people. And of course, you like being actively involved in life. You like getting down, getting into stuff. You know, it's a very grounded energy. You know, it means that you sort of plant or anchor your light onto the earth plane and you get things moving. So it's a very powerful Powerful energy, that. All right. So, Jenny, are you still there? Earth calling, Jenny, come in, Jenny. Nanu, Nanu. There you go. Misty, thank you for purchasing the full Starseed Numerology report. Did you get the opportunity to be able to drop your dates of birth into the landing page when you bought the report? Just let me know, because if you didn't, you're going to have to email me those instead. All right. Because sometimes I've noticed some people are going through to the landing page and other people aren't, depending on what device you're using, or if you're on your mobile or on your desktop. So did you go through, Misty? Misty Fuentes. That sounds Spanish to me. Fuentes. Is it Spanish? There you go. So Astrology by Moonlight says, for the report, do I use my birth name or the married name that I use now? Use your married name, please. So your living name is the name that you like to go by. So it's not necessarily the name on your birth certificate. Jenny, wow, you got the Ascended Master, Lord Lanto, that's come up for you. Oh, you are there. Phew. I was like wondering, I was like, oh my God, am I wasting my breath? Is she listening to anything that I'm saying? Oh, wow, but I do love this card for you, because when Lord Lanto comes in, remember, he's the Chowan, which is the master of that color ray, the second golden ray of wisdom and illumination. So, you know, you're a bright spark, you know, so a lot of the 3 is about intellect, but this is more about your wisdom. So you may be finding that some of your soul wisdom is starting to be reignited as you become the new human. Remember, so many of us are being upgraded at the moment through all the light code activations, through the photons that are hitting the planet, through the solar flares and all this sort of stuff. So this could be igniting some of your ancient soul wisdom. It's illuminating it. So you might find that you're going to be drawn to, you know, to sharing some of that wisdom with people as well. It's really powerful. You know, so it's really about stepping into your authentic power as well, Jenny. Okie dokie. So there you go. So that was beautiful, Jenny. Hopefully that's connected for you. I'd be interested to get your feedback. Now, we're going to come next to, let's have a, excuse me. We've got Dina. So we've got Lee, and then we want to pick a card out. Dina, you wanted to have a card, didn't you? And then I'll have a look at exploring Lee from Washington State. Astrology by Moonlight. I love that name. That's great, isn't it? Now, first of all, Dina, the card that comes up for you. There you go. Let's have a look and see. I hope it's a good one for you. I'm sure it will be. And oh wow, I love this one for you. The Andromedan Creative. This is Veritate. So Veritate is one of the names in the Andromeda constellations, one of the stars. And actually, you know, in my opinion, a lot of the Andromedans, especially from the Andromeda constellation, are future sentient AI. So that's why they look like this in my deck. Excuse me. And this is all about the art of balance and harmony. So maybe you kind of need to bring a bit more balance into your life right now. You know, like whenever we feel out of balance, we can feel like things aren't really aligning with us. We can feel like, you know, we haven't set healthy boundaries. We can feel like we haven't got space to breathe. So this card is like saying, look, you need to look at your life in general, even if you need to declutter, you know, anything like that. And you need to kind of go, okay, so how can I find my central point again so that I feel in alignment and so that I can start, you know, sort of continuing with my soul mission. That's a lot of it, really. It's about when you're in alignment, you know, you could actually project that sort of vibration or emit that energy that will attract to you the events, circumstances, situations that are going to help progress you and the collective. So it may be that, you know, that something like that is required at the moment as well. Yeah. No, I don't need to run your numbers before I pick a card. It's just they're very intuitive. Yeah. So there you go. Jenny, you hate how chaotic and messy your life is right now, do you? Wow. Okay. and too much clutter. Yeah. Well, maybe this card was meant for you as well. You know, this could be a joint card, you know, that's come up that's for both of you. It's very interesting, eh? Now, if you are feeling a little bit out of alignment, I'll just mention this now because I think you may find it helpful. So this is what I do. So I offer people sessions using the amazing color mirrors behind me called the Oversoul Codex realignment sessions. So these are designed to help you get back into alignment, you know, if you're feeling like your life has gone a bit chaotic. And you know, it's a 90-minute one-on-one session that I do actually via StreamYard, a recorded session. And it really helps you to gain clarity on what is currently unfolding in your life, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. And it helps reveal what your next aligned step is. So I use the incredible color mirror system, which is that sequence of dual colored oil bottles behind me. And I'll be asking you to select bottles in accordance to certain questions that I'm asking, like where you at in your life right now, where do you want to be, what action steps you need to take, etc. But I also bring in your numerology, your astrology, and your human design, whether you're a manifestor, a projector, a manifesting generator, whatever it is. And I formulate a signature process for you to go through, which will ask you Socratic questions to help you find your own answers from within and give you a major transformational activation as well, so that you kind of leave the session with greater clarity and insight into your current life phase and practical alignment guidance on your next steps as well. So if you are, you know, keen to delve a bit deeper down the rabbit hole, often I find people, once they've been through their Starseed Numerology report, they want to know more and they want to delve deeper and actually do the work to help them, you know, so actually take aligned action towards their mission, because it's often very good, isn't it, getting information about who we are, where we're from, and what we're here to do. But then it's like, well, how do I then anchor that and integrate that? So these sessions really help you to sort of find the best way to do that. So if you'd like to learn more about the Oversoul Codex realignment sessions, then that is the website to go to, and you'll find that there. Okay. Dreamtime-academy.com. So make sure you have a good explore of that as well. And so Dina says, interesting. So the street that runs around my street is called Andromeda Drive, is it? And I drive Celestial Way almost daily. Well, there is no coincidences there, is there? We'll get this for a coincidence then. So I was interviewing a lady this morning, sorry, not this morning, yesterday morning, for Cosmic Conversations podcast, called Sheila Seppi. And she's actually works quite closely with Ken Lloyd. They do the light language activations. And she also hosts a podcast called Cosmic Conversations. And she's a walk-in. But before she became a walk-in, she was in Andromeda. And so she mostly identifies with being an Andromedan starseed. We were like, oh my God, you know, this is, you know, it's like, how does this stuff happen? And I'm just like, well, you know, it just does. You know, we all starting to really see the signs, notice the serendipities, the coincidences. I had another Andromedan starseed actually that was did her Reiki master attunement with me, and she ended up buying a house on Andromeda Street directly after. And then we were like, oh my God, this is so weird. And then we were at the house, like she came around to my house to do her color mirrors practitioner training as well. And we were on the internet and we were like looking to see if we could find any films on Andromeda, like blockbuster films, you know, that maybe looked like went into them. And so we found one called Andromeda. And then she was reading through the description and she said, oh my God, she goes, guess what the protagonist of the film is called, like the main man in the film? And I was like, what? And she was like, Hayden Crawford. And I was like, well, you're joking. And it was Hayden, spelled A-I-D-A-N, Hayden Crawford. I'm Hayden Crawford, obviously, but my name is spelled H-A-Y-D-E-N. But Hayden Crawford and Hayden Crawford and the Andromeda thing. And I just looked at her and I went, there's your confirmation. You know, there's your confirmation right there. So it does really, really blow my mind how many serendipities start happening when you start really delving into this sort of stuff. Yeah. So Jenny, your birth chart will reveal where your soul has originated from after leaving source consciousness. So remember, we are ancient immortal beings of light, and we exist simultaneously across numerous different, galaxies, constellations, timelines, even multiverses. But as humans, we tend to identify with one specifically, and it's our origin. So for me, my origin is the Andromeda constellation, not the galaxy. But for other people, it's the Pleiades or Lyra. Sorry, there's a black thing. That was going to go into my mouth then. And yeah, the way I calculate it though is by looking at the position of your sun in your astrological natal chart at the time that you're born. And so where that's either conjunct or opposite in your astrology chart will reveal your galactic origins. Yeah. So that's using ancient Hopi techniques, because the Hopi, the Native American Indians, you can imagine, they have an intimate relationship with the Galactic Federation of Planets. So yeah, so it's a long answer to a very short question there, but yeah, it will reveal your galactic origins, and that helps you to identify your mission. So if you'd like one, I'm more than happy to do one for you as well, Jenny. Just click the link in the description and you can get that on the special offer for only 59 Australian dollars today. Sorry, we diverted a little bit there, didn't we? we certainly did. So Lee, I haven't forgotten about you. Okay, we're going to come to Lee next. Just have a drink of water. Okay, so you're from Washington State. So I'm presuming then you're born on the 9th of November. Is that right, Lee? So you've got a day number 9, like me. I've got a life path 9. So I love 9s. I do. I really do. I think they're great people. Your life path is a 9, 10, 17, 89, 23, 33, 34. Oh, and you're a life path 7 with a day number 9. So you're actually the opposite of me. I'm a day 7 with a life path 9. So you've got a very similar soul purpose and strengths and weaknesses and mission as me. So you've got the 3, a 6 and a 7. Okay. So, and then you're in a Persia 9, 10, 11, 12 is a 3. So I love this. I want to come here first because you've got the arrow of hypersensitivity, which means when you've got no 2, 5, and 8 in your birth chart, it means you've got a heightened sensitivity, hypersensitive. So it actually means you've got a weak soul protection. So you get very easily hurt by people. My husband's got this arrow as well, so I really have to watch my P's and Q's. So sometimes if I say something in the wrong tone, he gets a bit defensive, and it might not even mean anything by it. But sometimes just the little throwaway comments that people make can sometimes deeply upset you. So hypersensitivity. So this is like one of the major it's almost like it's classed as a negative arrow, but it's not negative as such. It just means that there's some rebalancing that needs to take place there. And sometimes your name chart can carry a vibration that helps to bring numerical influences of the 2, 5, and 8 that help to rebalance that. That's why you can only really get it super accurate if you look at both the charts together. So you're hypersensitive. Now, as a life path 7, you're a seeker of truth. You're a philosopher archetype. You love delving deeply into information and you want the truth. So you love mysteries, illusions, miracles, magic, and exploring the faith of life as well. So you don't just scratch the surface. Whatever subject you choose, you'll go as deep into it as you possibly can, because you want to know what's laying beneath everything. Yeah. So a lot of 7, 9 people like me and you, we tend to be hermits, so we can observe human patterns of behavior from afar. We kind of observe humanity from the sidelines in a way, because you are here to be of service as well. So the 9 is the healer. the wise humanitarian, the counselor, the social worker, the person who's come to the earth plane to be of service. So you're a teacher, philosopher, stroke healer, humanitarian. That's what you're here to do. So you kind of could do basically what I'm doing. But you know, the sevens are amazing people because the seven relates to the planet Neptune, which is this beautiful turquoise ray. So Neptune was the Roman god of the sea. And so the turquoise vibration connects up with the age of Aquarius. It's future technology. It's Atlantis and Lemuria, but more Atlantis than Lemuria. So you may find that you have soul memories as you move through this incarnation of what you were doing in Atlantis. So you could have been like working with crystals, crystal technology, crystal grids, the crystalline matrix. You could have been working with sound resonance, harmonics, or sound psychology, psychiatry, anything that kind of is connected to future tech, you know, Atlantis, and justice as well. I mean, for sevens, one of their major themes is they like things to be fair. So they love justice and equality. Now, remember that the seven relates to the water elemental as well. So a lot of sevens will love to live by the ocean or the sea or a body of water like a river because of that deep connectivity with the consciousness of water. But also for you, it's fire as well, the fire elemental, because 9 is Mars fire. So it's this beautiful red over orange bottle in the color mirrors. So that fire energy in you needs to be expressed and not suppressed. So for 9s, it really manifests as the need to learn the art of wise assertiveness. So speaking up about how you feel at the time that things need to be spoken about, instead of being meek and mild and then getting all angry and frustrated. So because you've got 3 1s in your birth chart and no numbers on your soul plane, you may struggle with that. So you'll be very good at listening to everybody else's problems, but you carry your own burdens alone. All right. So there can be a little bit of a challenge around that. Yeah. There you go. So somebody recently told me I have a blue aura, almost bioluminescent, and I'm blown away by this. It's also spot on. I know. Well, I always say that colors and numbers don't lie. It's people that tend to lie, isn't it? Not colors and numbers. So when you learn to really truly decode what I call the language of light, you get really, really accurate information. So, you know, you're a very wise old soul as well. Remember, the 9s carries the information of the numbers go before it. So you've come to the earth with a lot of wisdom, idealism, and a big sense of responsibility as well. So 9s notoriously don't make the best money managers, and they rarely, you know, succeed as senior business executives. It's just not what you're here to do. I do feel like you have a deep love of the home and the family and a lovely creative and maternal gift that you can tap into. And you know, you're also somebody, you know, who's, you know, you've got a lot of wisdom. Whenever you got more than 1 9 in your birth date, so 2, 3, or 4 9s, amplifies your wisdom. So I know that it's definitely not your first incarnation. You know, you've been here many times before, and the isolated 7 can introduce certain aspects of sacrifice. So in either love, health, or money. So one of those 3 things you may find has presented itself in your life as a bit of a pattern of loss. So sometimes it could be loving and losing, for example, or it could be making money and then losing it. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, hopefully that's connected. Now you're in a personal year 3 this year. The 3 is a year of expansion. So it's a brilliant year. I love a personal year 3 because it's where your brain is kind of switched on, and it's like a sponge. So it's going to be able to anchor and retain a lot more information this year than it will do in any of the other years in your 9-year cycle. So enroll on a course, do some studying, some self-development, or something that you're learning through work, whatever it is. But it's not just about consciousness expansion this year. It's about social expansion. So you may find you're broadening your social horizons. So this could be like manifesting as an influx of invitations to gatherings. And I often say that, you know, it's very important for you to attend gatherings this year, not say no, you know, which, you know, sometimes challenging for 9, 7 people. because you will meet beneficial people in so many different ways this year. So, you've been working with your boundaries for a while, having my Chiron return and really going through a metamorphosis. Interesting word that. It's funny, that word came into my head at the weekend. And it was, I remember when I was in my 20s, I was living in Perth. When I first came here as a bad backpacker, I stayed in Perth for that whole 18 months, then got kicked out of Australia for 3 years. But I arranged a party for somebody, their 30th birthday party, and I called it Metamorphosis. And I was thinking, yeah, it's such a great word because it really does, it's like it really showcases a transition that you go through from one form to another. It's like a form of alchemy, isn't it? So, and that often happens when we hit 30, I think, doesn't it? So you're a stay-at-home mom and wife and help rescue animals, and you're studying Evo astrology. I love that. Well, that's perfect, isn't it? That's very in alignment with who you are. Beautiful. Oh, well done, Lee. Hopefully that's giving you some food for thought. Now, Ali Kavi, nice to see you. And I said, I want to know if possible which starseed I am. Am I? Yeah, 100%. So if you want to drop your date of birth into the chat, and then we can have a little explore of what's going on for you in that as well. No problem at all. And you're very, very welcome. I'm so pleased that's connected with you, Lee. It's an amazing numerology. I feel like when you get a good reading of someone, it helps you feel validated and seen as well, so it really gives you that sense of renewal of what your purpose is. And then of course, you can do, you just have to step into that then. So there you go. So Erica says, Hayden, can I ask a favor? Where do you have that free test where I can ask questions to know which starseed someone is? It's for my friend Ali. She's here in the live also. Yeah, so Ali, yeah, if you go onto my website, you'll see that on the home page. And it's a good indication. It's a good starting point. It won't confirm what your galactic origins are, but it will start giving you insights into what you potentially could be. To be able to fully know, you have to look at the position of your sun in your astrological natal chart at the time that you're born, and where that's either conjunct or opposite will reveal your galactic origins. So for example, my sun is 23 degrees in Libra when it was opposite the Andromeda constellation. All right. But I also have incarnations in Arcturus and Speaker as well. Yeah, but I don't really connect up with my Speaker stuff. They're very, very cat-like beings there. There you go. So Dina says, so you told the lady who ordered the Starseed report earlier to use her current name, not her birth name. Yeah. So your living name. So the way I calculate the reports, I use your first name, not your full name. So for me, your living name is based around your first name only. And that's where you get your soul urge number from and your outer expression number from. Other numerologists will do it in a slightly different way. They'll go, right, I want your name on your birth certificate. And they'll use that as the dominant influence, especially Chaldean numerologists. And of course, there's no right or wrong way of doing it. But the way I've found to be most accurate, over the years is by just using your first living name, because that's the name that carries the vibration that's most meaningful for you now. Yeah. Hello, too. I didn't see you slipping into the chat there. Manning S. Nice to have you here with us today as well. Now, who's next up on today's live? If you can hear that snoring in the background, by the way, guys, that's Monty again. He always goes off into the land of milk and honey whenever I'm doing numerology. I think he's obviously heard it so many times. He must be all numerologied out, I should imagine. There you go. So, the gratitude code says, I have a 999 in my low shoe grid. I love that. 3 9s. So, Alicia, I think you're next up on today's live, aren't you? Should we have a little look at exploring your birth chart next? There you go. And then we'll have a look at Malik. Now, Malik, I'm just trying to remember, have I ever done any insights for you before, Malik? Leave us a few comments and let me know. And we can certainly have a look at exploring those questions that you had today as well. But I think it's you, Ali Kavi. So you're Alexandra from Mexico, and your birthday is November the 10th, 1992. Brilliant. Well, it's lovely to meet you. So you're born on the 10th of November, 1992. So you've got a day number 10, and then you've got a life path number 9, 10, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24 is a 6, and then your year is a 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got 2 9s, a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 1s. That's a lot of 1s to have. All right. So there you go. So you can see that, okay? So I'm going to start here with your life path 6, because obviously the life path really reveals your true purpose in life. And, you know, the 6s are here as healers, mothers, artists, designers, because the 6 relates to the planet Venus, which is the planet of love. So I always say to 6s, you're lovers, not haters, you know, so, but you are rescuers as well. If you're living in the shadow of the 6, you can be prone to rescuing other people because you're very nurturing and you want to mother everybody. It's a very parental energy. So a lot of 6s will unfortunately attract those people that take advantage of their better nature. So, you know, you might have attracted the odd narcissists in your life. But the lesson that they're often trying to teach you is to learn to love yourself first. Because when you love yourself enough on the inside, your reality will reflect on the outside. So for 6s, it's essential and imperative to focus on self-love. Now, the 6 can often bring in past life connections as an Essene. You know, the Essenes were the children of the light. They saw in Jesus Christ. So they often they just emit this loving vibration. But because you're a day number 10, rather, your 10 connects up to this bottle, which is called the Wheel of Fortune, which is gold over olive, which is very ancient Egyptian past life. So you are a leader and a way shower, but you're more like a soulpreneur, I would say. You know, so having a creative business, because you're very entrepreneurial, soulpreneur, or a healing business for yourself would be a great form of expression, because you like individual expression. The 10 is the one, which is the self. It's about stepping into your sovereign power. It's about leading with soft feminine energy. It's about being a way shower. So, you know, it's about dominance, you know, to some extent. But for you, it's not dominance as in a male aggressive form. It's just about making sure that you're asserting your sovereignty in a loving way, because you're really here to bring love and power together. So I do feel that, you know, like having your own holistic business, your own healing or artistic business is going to be, it will work really well for you. So whenever I see a 10 and a 6, it automatically makes me feel Orion energy, like the Orion starseeds often have a very strong resonance. Monty, can you stop digging, please, on my new carpet? Monty, Daddy speaking. He is a naughty little sausage. There you go. So there you go. Don't worry, I don't shout at my dogs very often, only when they're being really naughty. And yeah, but you see, you've got 4 1s in your birth chart as well, Alessandra. Now, this means that you may struggle a little bit with verbal self-expression and really talking about your own feelings. So there can be a bit of a restriction around the throat chakra, specifically around the thyroid, if it's left unaddressed. You are definitely somebody who's got really nicely balanced intuition and sensitivity. So you can really trust your gut. It's always going to point you in the right direction. And you're very ambitious as well. Having the 2 9s gives you a great depth of ambition, idealism, and a sense of responsibility. Now, you'll notice you've got these 2 arrows in your birth chart. The first one is known as the arrow of frustration, the lack of the 4, 5, and 6. So this will normally manifest as having challenges and difficulties during childhood. So it may have been that your mum and dad separated, for example, or there could have been issues around sibling rivalry or ill health or feeling like you didn't fit in with the world around you. And many starseeds feel like this because we don't. We literally don't. We've come in from much higher dimensions of consciousness, anywhere up to the 12th. And then we incarnate on the earth plane which is the third, as you know, and we get everyone like, oh no, not this again. You're like, oh, you got taxes, you got government, you got war, you got money, you know, you've even got the eggplant emoji, and it's just too much. So many star seeds I see having the arrow of frustration, and of course you've got the arrow there of the inquirer as well. So this means you're a bit of a skeptic initially when you come across any new people, concepts, ideas, until you've been proven that they're genuine and authentic. So I often see people with this arrow as being like detectives gathering proof before you fully believe. So yeah, an interesting chart. I'll pick. Oh, you're in a personal year 4 this year, which is a year of consolidation. It's a trough year of consolidation. So in numerology, Alexandra, we travel in 9-year cycles, and then when you get to a 4, it's there. It's in a trough. So it can feel like everything's moving slowly for you this year. Like you have to build solid foundations and structures, either within your body or within your business. So use the time wisely, get organized, and know that next year, new opportunities for adventure, travel, exploration, expansion will come in for you. But yeah, this year it can feel like wading through treacle a little bit. Yeah. I'll pick a card out for you, Alexandra. Leave us a few comments. Let us know if that's connected with you. I'd be interested to get your feedback. There you go. So Erica is saying, and are you saying there, and what is your verdict? Is that what that means? Verdad, is that verdict? There you go. The Orion creative, that fits you to a T. You know, I was saying that maybe there's a soul connection with you, with Orion, and there's the 6, which is your life path number, the Orion creative, Alnilam. So the message on the card is about inspiring joy, fun, and laughter for the inner child. So I often find this with 6s, that you've got to have fun, you've got to play, you've got to laugh, you've got to be creative, because that's going to appeal to the inner child that wants to feel joy in your life. So you're like an inspirer of joy on the planet. Oh, hello, New Earth platform. Nice to have you here with me today as well. So we can have a look at exploring your birth chart today. What's your real name, New Earth platform? I'd be interested to have a look at that one. And Dina says, I had a birth name, adopted name, married name. The name vibrations, the story of numbers is of a lived transformation. I like how you say the numbers and colors don't lie. People do. Yeah. But it's true though, isn't it? I mean, you hear so much hype at the moment. There's so much conflicting information out there. So I like stripping things back to basics. You know, numbers, colors carry stable, truthful information. The rest of it, you know, a lot of it's just inflated ego or misinterpreted distortion. Yeah. So I'd have to look at the position of your sun in your astrological natal chart, though, Alexandra, to confirm or deny our Orion suspicions. So yeah, if you want me to do your full Starseed numerology report, then there you go. That's the full report there. They're on special offer today for only 59 Australian dollars, which is about 40 US, and that will go into all aspects of your birth chart, your name chart, the major influences in your astrology, like your sun, your moon, your north node, and your ascendant. Will reveal your galactic origins, your past life implications, karmic lessons, and of course your pyramids, which are very predictive about your future as well. So just click the link in the description to claim that, and then send me your birth details. So you're Kaz, yeah? Oh, you're welcome. Brilliant. So we've got Kaz. Now, I am going to come next to are you still there, Malik? Malik, are you still there, Malik? So would appreciate, please guide for career. No work for a long time. My birthday is the 2nd of November, 1981. Let's have a look at what's maybe going on for you then with your career. Okay, so you've got a day number 2, so you're very sensitive, you see. For you, you'd be better off being second in command, you know, like to the PA to the boss rather than the boss themselves. 1, 2, 3, 4 ones, a 2, a 9, and an 8. So we've got a 9, 10, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23 as a 5. So yeah, you don't like being restricted. So going into a regular 9 till 5 day job, Malik, won't suit you at all. You'd feel way too restricted. So I feel like you need to kind of do some work as a support worker for someone working from home. So where you can set your own schedule, you know, so you don't have to listen to the boss banging on or being told what to do, because you need freedom. The 5s need freedom. So you kind of want to, I feel like you want to work for someone who's quite creative, helping and supporting them, maybe with communication, media, any of those sorts of things would do really well for you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. I feel like that would be really good because, you know, the 5-2, it's about communication. So, you know, the blue, which is the 2, which is the moon, which relates to the throat chakra. 5, which is mercurial, which is, you know, Gemini. It's kind of like that whole communication. And actually, bottle number 23 in the color mirrors, sorry, number 32 is called communication. I'll show you what it looks like. So it's this one here. Yeah, it's a 5 energy. So it's bottle 32. Okay. Bottle 32, which is a 5, which is called communication. So I feel like that would be important for you. You know, supporting somebody with the communication of sorts. I feel like it's related to technology for you. So are you any good with stuff like that? This year, actually, Malik, you're in a 3, 4, 5. So it is a year of movement and more freedom and communication this year as well. So I feel like this year you will find a shift taking place with regards to getting some work. But I feel like you can't really go into an environment where, you know, you're expected to be clocking in at 9 o'clock, clocking out at 5 o'clock. That wouldn't work for you. All right, I'm going to pick a card out. And oh, wow, that's an interesting one. Yeah. So what's taking place is you've got Mariah, the Syrian teacher, which is about moving out of patterns of codependency into interdependency. A lot of 2s, because the 2 is about 2 people being together. They can become codependent on partners, family members, whatever, siblings, friends. And I feel like, you know, you are going to be called to move away and out of patterns like that, where you're going to be stepping more into your independence and becoming interdependent more in relationships where you're giving back as much as you're receiving. So I feel like, yeah, there's a shift that is taking place with you, where you're moving out of feeling persecuted as well. A lot of the blue-green soul color goes back to past lives in the European persecutions. So it can manifest a sibling rivalry in your current life, or, you know, where you were persecuted in previous or parallel incarnations. And there's almost like a fear that if you go into a certain environment, there may be, you know, some form of persecution, you know, consequences, or feeling intimidated, I guess. Yeah. So Malik, I'm not sure if you're still there, but if you are, please leave a comment or 2 and let us know. I'd be interested to get your feedback. But I'm going to have a look next at Kaz. Now, Kaz, it's lovely to meet you. Whereabouts are you watching from, my love? So Kaz is born on the 27th of the 9th, 1962. Beautiful. So you have a day number 9, and you have a life path number 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 27, 28, 29, 30. 6 is a 9. You're a double 9. Yeah, I love this. Well, you'd make an amazing counselor. You're a 27/9 like me, so but you're a 27 birthday. I'm a 27 life path. I wear number 27, Kaz, around my neck. That's gold and orange. It's called Harvest. So you've got to be courageous being a humanitarian. So the 9s are the wise healers, teachers, healers, counselors, social workers. The 2 is the empath. The 7 of the 27 is the philosopher. So, you'd be naturally somebody who'd be able to listen to the problems of other people, empathize with them, and you could be of service in that sort of way. So you're a 9 through and through. Whenever your life path number and your day number are the same, it compounds and amplifies the qualities of that number within your personality blueprint. And you're a 9 through and through. The red over orange bottle there, which is Mars, the planet Mars. It relates to the fire elemental. So 9s, it's essential to learn to be wisely assertive. So not walking away from situations, wish you'd spoken up. I do feel that you're very evolved intuitively, having the 2/2s. So, you empathize with animals, children as well, old people. So a lot of the time, you are also somebody who loves your home and your family as well, but you don't have any arrows in your birth chart. Like me, I don't have any arrows in mine. So no arrows of individuality. So you can't join the numbers in any direction. So again, this is about you are very adaptable. There's a huge adaptability with you. That's why, like for me, I've worked in many industries. So I started off working, in hospitality. Then I did TV. I used to work in TV and film. Then I worked in the travel industry, and then I worked in IT recruitment for 15 years, and now I work in wellness and soul work, which is definitely where I belong. All the rest of the stuff, I was just kind of learning lessons. But you see, for people with no arrows in their chart, they're very adaptable people. So you might find that you go through a whole load of soul evolution before you finally come back to living your purpose as being of service in whatever way, shape, or form that takes place for you. Because you're a very wise old soul. You carry a big sense of responsibility. You've got a nice creative gift. You've experienced a fair amount of sacrifice in your life. So you got the 1 there as well. But you may, as I say, you may struggle sometimes to speak about your own feelings. 9s don't make the best money managers, and so they rarely succeed as senior business executives as well. So you need to be going into, well, your purpose is to help people in whatever way that takes form. Yeah. So a very wise old soul, a very wise old soul. And are you laughing? So your year that you're in is a 9, 10, 17, 18, 19 is a 1. So you're right at the beginning of a new 9-year cycle as well. So this is a powerful year, for you to move house, change jobs, get out of an old relationship if it isn't working for you. It's new opportunities coming up for you. So make the most of them. It's where the unmanifest becomes manifest, and you start seeing those things kind of appearing in your life. I'll pick a card out for you from the Cosmic Family Oracle cards as well. And let's have a look and see what comes up for you. There you go. So all that is happening, is it? Good. There you go. So you got the Arcturian teacher. There you go. What did I say? This is Izar, which is about being of service. And that's what's going to bring you stability and support. So being of service is going to give you the support that you're requiring, because you always get looked after by the universe, or your guides and your spiritual team, the cosmic families, the Galactic Federation of Planets, whatever you want to call the higher beings that are watching you and guiding you as you move through your life. When you are of service, you always get looked after financially. Now, you're a 36/9 as your life path. So the 36 is quite an unusual number, actually. It's about, it's called a gateway energy. So the 36 actually relates to a bottle called the Gateway. I'll show you what that looks like in the colour mirrors, which is this one here, this is bottle 36. It's called the Gateway, and it's blue lilac. So it's very transcendental. So it carries a gateway into a new way of being. So often I find with 36 nines, the 9 is about completion. The 36 can mean you're on your last earthly incarnation cycle. So as long as you resolve the karma that's in your name chart, you have the potential for transcendence of the earthly realms. So get that, Kaz. How exciting. How exciting. But yeah, the 9s often give a lot more of themselves than they receive back. Yeah. Remember, you signed up for it. There you go. Brilliant. Well, hopefully that's connected with you, Kaz. If you loved that and you'd like the full report, I'm more than happy to do one for you as well. So just click the link in the description below to claim that on the special offer price of only 59 Australian bucks, which is 40 US. And then just remember to send me your birth dates. All right. Okay. So you want to have a card, Misty Fuentes would like a card pulled about your current business. Okay. So could I have a card, please, for Misty's current business, please? Okay, so Misty, this one is for you. I love this one for you. This is the Ascended Master Kuan Yin. And she is the Chowan, the master of the 6 rose pink ray of devotion and idealism. So this means that, you know, you're a very compassionate person. She's the goddess of mercy and compassion. You know, she used to ride around on the back of a turquoise dragon. So it's very Andromedan energy that comes up with Kuan Yin. I do feel like you know, for you, it's about being devoted to the work that you're doing. So it's like you'd be devoted to a pet, I suppose. The more you can devote yourself to being compassionate and being of service and loving, you know, and helping other people, the more again you're gonna receive back. I feel that very strongly when she comes in. And actually, you know, you are a leader, so you're a guardian of the higher realms. So you may be somebody on the astral plane that's guarding ancient magic or the higher realms of consciousness, and you know, sort of secret scrolls, or even the Akashic records, and the you know, the halls of Amenti, or you know, the Ark of the Covenant, and all of that ancient secret wisdom and magic. So you're almost like a protector of the higher galactic codes and frequencies as well, which is super cool. And Cleone as well comes in for you as well. Now, she is the mother of the 7 sisters, the Pleiades. And this is about the Pleiadian creative. So it's about you communicating with heartfelt motherly words, you know, so really being a nurturer with the words that you're emitting through the business that you're operating. So you've got to speak from your upper heart, almost like a mother would to a child. So 3 beautiful cards there. I love those 3 cards for you. So Cleone, Kuan Yin, and Arcturus as well. Okay, beautiful. If you love the cards that I'm using today, guys, and you would like your own deck of cards as well, I do have some for sale as well. So I've got it's a big thick box like that. So there's 88 cards in the deck, and they're activation cards, and they feature 7 different galactic races, archangels, and ascended masters. And they also teach you about color therapy and numerology as well, the major numerology archetypes as well. So this is a cool deck of cards actually that I did myself, and I launched them about 6 months ago. So I've got some in stock as well. So if you want a deck of cards, then again, just head over to my website, dreamtime-academy.com. And you can see that there's a tab at the top that will take you through to the landing page where you can find out more about them. But the book's nice and thick as well. So it's 211 pages. Each of the cards is in color, and it teaches you how to use the cards as well in the deck. So if you love playing with oracle cards like I do, I love oracle cards so much that I had to design my own, because I could never find a deck of cards that really gave me what I was looking for, and so I had to create them instead. So yeah, so they're the beautiful cards there anyway, if you are keen. So nice to see you again, MZ. Really nice to have you back again. There you go. So Erica says, can I have a card as well? You can certainly have a card. You can indeed. And thank you, Kristin. If you'd like me to have a look at doing your birth date for you, your birth chart today during the live, Kristin, then do make sure that you drop your date of birth in the chat. We can have a look at exploring yours as well. Ah, there you go. So you own a spa, but you want to be a spiritual coach. Perfect for you. That's perfect for you. With those cards. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the work that you're doing with your spa is really good as well, though. But I feel like, yeah, you'll be, yeah, it's almost like shifting into that side of things is going to work really, really well for you. There you go. So hello to Kalisha Russo. You'd like a card as well, would you, my love? Yeah, I can pick a card out for you as well. Welcome to the chat, Kalisha. Don't forget to follow me if you haven't already done so, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and make sure you click the bell, and so you get notified of my weekly podcast episodes of Cosmic Conversations. That would be amazing, because it really helped my channel to grow. So, and also share this video with people that you love in your life, who you feel would benefit from having some insights with me during a live stream. That would be amazing. So this one's for you, Erica. This one, Erica. Oh, wow, you got the Hadean Starseed, Tarek. So often the Hadean Starseeds will kind of create change from within, like within government departments usually. And often they have to hide their lights within those spaces, or they can end up fearing their own power. So maybe this is you at the moment, Erica. Where are you? Ask yourself, where are you? Excuse me. Where are you hiding your light? Or where are you fearing your own power? Or where are you feeling pressurized into sucking your aura in and conforming to other people's expectations? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Misty. That's so sweet. Ah, so a card concerning your financial freedom and separation from your parents. Yeah. Well, again, with that, it goes back to hiding your light or fearing your power. So, whenever you feel restrictions around financial freedoms, because you're really fearing how limitless you truly are. You haven't fully stepped into your sovereignty. And of course, freedom from parents, it's like separation from parents will bring in, like great aspects of uniqueness, stepping into your sovereignty away from parental influences as well. Oh, do you, Misty? So you pull a card for your clients all the time. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. I'm really delighted that you love them. That's so sweet. Thank you. Oh, all right. So we're going to have a look. I'll pick a card out for Kalisha next, and then I'll have a look at Kristin's birth chart. So, Kalisha. And thank you, Kaz. I'm glad that you enjoy the podcasts. Thank you for saying that. There's a lot of work goes into them. I'm launching 2 podcasts a week at the moment. So I did one on Wednesday, yesterday, with Altea Lucrezia. She's a channeler of galactic beings, and she was very interesting. And then tomorrow, I've got Elsa Dillon, who's met over 600 galactic beings, and her whole family works as an Oversoul collective. And so she's talking about the true evolution of humanity from, being werewolves and ants, not monkeys, into humans. So she really challenges our perceptions on what we've been told. Elsa Dillon, watch out for that. She's tomorrow, okay? The Syrian starseed Mariah has come up for you, Kalisha, which again is about moving from patterns of codependency into interdependency. So you may find that you're moving away from like relying too much on the external other. And I was saying this yesterday, actually, during a live stream, where because we're all stepping more and more into our sovereignty, we have less and less need for feeling completion from the external other. So now we're starting to recognize that both parties in a relationship have to be contributing equally. Otherwise, what's the point in having that relationship? We can't have one person relying too much on the other, because you're disempowering them from stepping into their sovereignty. And this is what it's all about. We're in a universal year one this year, where the collective is being forced into it, really. So, yeah. Interesting. Hopefully that's connected with you, Kalisha. And you also got the Pleiadian starseed Elijah, which is about expressing your sexuality and redefining stereotypes as well. So often when that happens, it's about you've come in to change up the way things have been done. And, you may have to look at expressing all aspects of yourself, authentically, and not sort of hiding or not fully stepping into who you've come here to be. All aspects. You've got to love and express all aspects in a playful way. Oh, interesting. There you go. So there you go. So Kalisha says, I feel like you called me here because I couldn't sleep and you were on my screen. You're speaking to my soul. Ah, that's beautiful, isn't it? That's so nice. Well, make sure you drop your date of birth in the chat, and I can explore your birth chart today as well, if you like. Yeah. Hello to Mel. Yeah, we can have a look at doing your birth chart as well today, Mel, if you like. You know Elsa, do you, Kaz? You know Elsa Dillon. So, okay, we're with Kristen next. Well, it's so lovely to have all you guys here watching today. Is everyone enjoying themselves? So, Kristen, you were born on the 27th of June, excuse me, 1970. There you go. That's Monty. That's the other one. That was the one that was digging earlier on, trying to dig through my brand new carpet. So a day number 9, a life path number 9, 10, 17, 89, 23, 24, 25, 32 is a 5. And then you're in a 7, 14, 15, 16 is a 7 this year. So you got a 2, a 7, a 6, another 7, a 9, and a 1. Okay, so Kristen, there's that 27 again. The 27-9. So, the truth of who you are is your day number. It's like if you strip everything else back, this is who you are. And, you're a humanitarian, you're a healer. You could make a brilliant counselor. Remember, we were talking about the 27 earlier on, that golden orange energy of harvest. It's about being courageous to be of service, whatever form that takes. Normally, for the 27-9s, it would be as a counselor, because you are an empath and a philosopher, and you're very good at listening to everybody else's problems. So the 9 is Mars fire. So it's a wise old soul. You're here to help people. That's what brings you the most fulfillment. So it's the fire elemental. Your 5 is your life path, which is Mercury, which is emerald green. So green in color therapy is all about space. It's like your soul needs space. You need to travel, you need to explore, you need to get out into life instead of hiding away from life. So if any part of you feels like it wants to hide away in the house or cower in the corner, then that's when life will become challenging or problematic. So as a life path 5, you need to explore different cultures, go to different countries. You've got to express yourself freely. So you've got to always make sure you've surrounded yourself with people that allow you to just be yourself. You've got like a driving intensity of feeling. So 5s are also exceptionally fantastic at emulating other people, so that you can often become like other people and become better than they are, quicker than they got there themselves. But if you surround yourself with people that are a little bit negatronish, then you might become a bit like them as well. So choose your company wisely, there you go. So you love the emerald green, and travel is spot on. Yeah. You're going to love exploring. You're an adventurer. As I mentioned before, 9s, carry a big sense of responsibility. They may not always be the best money managers. And, I wouldn't recommend going into the corporate world of like as an executive. It's way out of alignment. You might do it for a while and realize, can't do that, because you don't like being restricted by anything or anyone. 5s need freedom. It's of tantamount importance. So you're laughing because this is so spot on about the negatrons. Yeah, you've got to really be careful. Like if you surround yourself with the negatrons, then you might end up becoming like them, like sucking in their negative energy. And then you're like, ugh. But, you've had a fair amount of sacrifice in your life. You've got the 2 7s, which will often bring in sacrifice in love, health, or money. 2 of those 3 things that can become a pattern of loss. You may struggle a little bit sometimes to express yourself freely. So you need to learn wise assertiveness. Remember, the 9 is the fire elemental. I do feel like for you, it's interesting when you get the red and green soul color people like you. This can bring in past lives in ancient Greece or Grecian, and those lifetimes may have been where there was fight or flight, feast or famine. So lifetimes in Greece where you were really wealthy or you were absolute peasant, So there is this that comes up. And also Russian or Chinese lifetimes come up with red, the 9 energy. For me, it was Roman soldier as a dominant, significant influence of my 9. I remember being a Roman soldier. I was actually one of Poseidon or Neptune's firstborn set of twins. Well, I was one of them. I wasn't Atlas. I was I think it was called Eurymachus. He was the bad one of the 2, and so I was the leader of an army during the Roman Empire. And I was a lover of men, but I also killed all my soldiers after sleeping with them. I know it sounds a bit horrific. And I ended up taking them to the Temple of Artemis in Turkey. And it's funny because after I did my regression and found this out, I actually was searching for a text online about Eurymachus, because I received the information that he'd been to the Temple of Artemis. I found one that positioned him there. This biblical text, this ancient text that I just found randomly online. And I was like, oh, wow. And then, of course, as part of my soul travels, I've been to the Temple of Artemis and Ephesus in Turkey. And I got activated when I was there. I got all these soul memories returned when I explored the streets of Ephesus and the ancient stone temples there. It was amazing. Yeah, so it just shows you, doesn't it? It just shows you. So, you're a leader type, but the corporate world is not a favorite. And I like Russian and Chinese past lives, just talking about it last weekend. How interesting. Yeah. There could have been lifetimes, where there was feast or famine. So for you, you don't have any arrows within your birth chart, Kristen, none at all, so you can't join the numbers horizontally, diagonally, or vertically. So again, this is that adaptability of spirit that you've got. You can be a very adaptable person. This is why you're saying, you're a leader type, but the corporate world is not a favorite. That's it. So you can adapt into any surrounding. You've got really nicely balanced intuition, sensitivity, a nice creative and maternal gift as well. And this year you're in a personal year 7 now. The 7 is a year potentially of sacrifice. So if you're out of alignment and you're stuck in a job that no longer serves you, or in a toxic relationship that's gone Pete Tong, then this is the year that those things are likely to end. You know, but if you are in alignment, this is the year you may be called to teach what you know instead. So Kristen, it's a fascinating chart that you've got. I'll pick a card out for you as well. You're welcome, Kaz. Yeah, it's one of my past lives. Yeah, that was. So it was interesting, you know, sort of how it came up for confirmation, because at one point I thought I was one of the suitors of Helena, but I'm, you know, that also came up as a life. But one of my other major ones that I remember is working with color therapy in Atlantis under a big glass sort of crystalline dome with a lot of other color therapists, but we were working with a much more advanced color therapy system than this one. I mean, this one, the wisdom from the color mirrors that I work with comes in from Atlantis, obviously, which was seeded through the Pleiadians, Arcturians, and you know, the Arcturians, Pleiadians, and Syrians, so because they were the beings that seeded the first humans in Atlantis. But the wisdom of this system is encoded from Atlantis. So this is a channeled system through a lady called Melissa Jolly in South Africa, and back in 2001, she channeled the wisdom in the system. So it's very evolved. Kristen, the card is the Arcturian Starseed Brenda, who's come up for you, which is all about invoking magic and truth, so to become the master healer. So it's interesting, this view, because you've got that 9 energy of the healer, counselor, nurse, or social worker as your day number. And of course, you know, the 5 energy, you know, there she is, Brenda, is working with green bottles, and there's your life path number. There's your life path, the 5. So it's like she's working with magic. So Merlin the Magician, Saint Germain, the Violet Flame, you know, you've got the potential of invoking magic and ritual into your energetic healing practices to become a master healer. Yeah, I love that. So that's a cool card for you. So MZ said, could you pick a card for me to see if it's a good time to sell my house and move back to New York City? Of course, we could do that. And then I'm going to have a look at exploring Kalisha and your birth chart next. All right. And then Mel. So the card that comes up for MZ is the Ascended Master, White Tara. Now, this is an interesting card because she's on the 8th rainbow ray of integration. So you're going through a process of integrating something right now. So, but it's also a form of detoxification for longevity. So my feeling with that is it's like you are yeah, you're almost detoxing from an old way of being. You're receiving channeled information that's guiding you to work through, and also processing a lot of trauma at the moment as well. I feel like there is a rebirth coming though. So you got Yeshua. So I do feel like, yeah, but I feel like it's going to be 6 months away. It's not going to be like immediate, but 6 months. I feel like you've got a bit of healing work to do before you've prepared your energetic system for the new environment that you're going to be in. Okay. Thank you, Kristen. It's a beautiful color therapy system, isn't it? It's beautiful. They're called the color mirrors. It's a beautiful sequence of dual colored oil bottles. There's 87 of them in the system, and there's about 50 different essence sprays. So you'll notice the ones on the bottom shelf there. These are essence sprays. So we spray those into the auric system, and they're all for different purposes, and they're at the whole color spectrum. And then the ones above, and I mean, they're only just 3 shelves. I've got about 8 shelves of these, and these are used as diagnostic tools within my sessions that I do, which are called the Oversoul Codex realignment sessions. So you'd be picking a from the different colored bottles during a session. So I'd ask you questions like, which bottle represents where you want to be? You know, you might pick out number 5, which is like, and I would go, right, okay, so this person really wants more freedom, you know, more versatility in her life. She wants to travel. And then I'd ask you, like, you know, which bottle represents where you want to be? And you might pick out, you know, bottle number 6. And then I'd be like, right, okay, so, you know, you're wanting new love in your life. You might want a new creative project. You might want to be doing some stuff around the home, the family. And I'd go through like a process like that with you. And then I would incorporate your human design, your astrology, your numerology as well, create a signature process for you and take you back into a feeling of alignment. So, you know, these are 90-minute sessions that are tailor-made for you. So I believe that we should never treat 2 people the same way, because we all got different things going on. And you know, so it gets right into the nitty gritty, you know, goes right into your profile and your human design, you know, whether you're a manifesting generator or a projector or you know, generator or whatever it is. And you know, I look at your authority, whether you've got emotional solar plexus authority or splenic authority or you know, sacral authority, and it helps you to be able to really, you know, understand who you are and how you operate. And then I offer you Socratic questions, which help you find your own answers. You know, so I facilitate this process, and it involves a very transformational activation as well to get you back into alignment. So obviously you leave then the session with much greater clarity and insight into your next current life step and practical guidance for your next steps as well. So, you know, if you feel drawn to work with me as well, then I do these sessions via like a recorded StreamYard session as well. So you can then watch it back afterwards as well, because often, you know, you get extra things from the session once you watch things back. So if you'd like to find out more about the Oversoul Codex realignment sessions, then this is the website to head over to, and you can book your session online. There's like a scheduling system on there as well, and it's there. So at dreamtime-academy.com. There you go. So interesting. So MZ says, wow, thank you. That felt like confirmation. Yes, I've been working through grief and trauma. Yeah, good. Yeah, you're preparing yourself energetically for the new change that's coming up for you. Interesting. So Jarista Fariani says, I've been seeing 22, 44, 55, and 1111 everywhere. They tell me these are awakening numbers. They are. It means that you're ascending. And would a cards sort of tell how to go about this awakening or what it means for me? It is really uncanny. Yeah. So whenever you start seeing angelic number sequences or the 1111, it's like your team are trying to indicate to you that you are evolving, you're ascending, you're going through that sort of your awareness of the matrix, and the simulation is starting to come online. So you're almost coming online. You're waking up from slumber. You're starting to notice the universal signs that are all around us. And your team is always trying to do that. But numbers is the best way. So the 11 is a portal energy. It's like a gateway. So the 1111 is a great thing to see. Yeah. I remember when I was 16, you know, everywhere we went, we'd see the number 11. I'd have a friend called Deb Wakeford. And you know, we were in York one day and we bumped into this lady that had taught us about the 1111, Margaret Guy Jobson, at the train station. And we were trying to get our train from York back to Middlesbrough. And we didn't even know what we were saying. We were asking for where platform 11 was. and somebody came to us and said, "Oh, platform 11, it's just over the bridge." And we were like, "Oh my God, did you hear what's just been said? Platform 11 is just over the bridge, because the 11 is like a bridge between the old Earth and the new Earth, between the physical and non-physical. So, even back then, we were getting major signs that, that there was a program to the nature of reality, and that it was, that it is an illusionary holographic matrix and template. The human body is just a template. So we can upgrade our DNA, we can activate our light body vehicle so that we can still live a human experience, but we can exist in a different dimension of consciousness, so that you don't have to, sort of endure a lot of the survival stuff. A lot of starseeds of, having their base chakras removed. I know it sounds a bit strange, but it's true. Yeah. There you go. You're a bit late. Better late than never. 150%. I mean, some people don't ever wake up in their lives. They go through the whole life. Yeah, it was. It was. I went through a rebirth with the very same woman. I think when I was 15, I was with my mum, and I woke up out of this rebirthing session. Mum said I looked like I was like dead, like waking up upright out of a grave, out of a coffin, and I was as white as a sheet. And she thought she was worried about me, but I remember it. It was like the old version of me that always felt not wanted, and all that old stuff just disappeared, and I started remembering how special I was. I know, can you believe it? I remember saying, "Oh, I always thought I was special," and she went, "Oh, I always wished I felt like that, when I was your age." There you go. Yeah, so Jenny says, "Is there a card you can pull for all of us on the live stream now?" Absolutely, I can. I'll pull a card for the collective, yeah? Yeah, ever since I was a kid. Yeah, I was always like this. Okay, so the card that comes in for the collective is the Andromedan Healer. There you go. So that's the Andromedan Healer. I suppose that would be me, really, wouldn't it? But it may be you as well. This is Valkyrie. So when this card comes in, it's about you maybe need time to process and heal some heartache through solitude. So you may need some time away from everyone. That's what I feel like I'm going through right now. Is I need to retreat away from the world around me to be able to integrate my own heart-related healing and to process and amplify my connection with the galactics. So often having space in your life and setting healthy boundaries and doing the heart-related healing and bringing your awareness back into your heart is where that needs to take place right now, because we're moving from the realm of the mind and the ego and back into the heart templates where your multidimensionality truly resides. Yeah. So this is why maybe that card's come up for everybody today. Yeah. It is, Jenny. Yeah, it is really needed for our connection right now. Yeah. So Mikali, I don't know about seeing the evil eye all around. I don't know what you mean. I'm not sure. There you go. So Yorasta Farani says, "I had insights, but life gets in the way. They say and seem to lose some abilities." Yeah, that's it. We shut down, don't we? We shut down some of our innate gifts because for social, acceptance, because we don't want to, be, it's like human nature. We don't want to stick out from the crowd because it's safer. It goes back to safety, security, survival, and then all those amazing, childhood gifts that we have. We can suppress those, but they're all being reactivated now anyway. So we're all going through this quantum leap on our ascension journey. Yeah. So, oh, that's nice. Erica says, everything you said with the oracle cards is spot on. Yeah. Oh, you keep seeing it all around you, suddenly all around you. Well, what you want to do is maybe, just do some activations around releasing hexes, curses, old contracts. Do some clearings around that, and suck them away. Just suck them out of you, remove them out of you, so that they no longer serve you. So there's all sorts of processes that you can go through that will help you to remove and get away from any of that old stuff. It might be past life stuff resurfacing for you, or generational trauma, or any of that stuff that maybe can be in your oversoul. So maybe just look at doing some multidimensional, time space dimensional clearing around hexes, curses, implants. Would be a great way to sort of look at that. All right. So, I've lost my trail. Oh, Kalisha, I said I was going to come to you next. Are you still there, Kalisha? Kalisha Rousseau. That's a beautiful name, isn't it? Now, Kalisha, were you born on the 7th of December, or were you born on the 12th of July? If you can confirm that for me, please, before we get cracking with your reading today. Guys, if you're watching me live for the first time, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and click the bell for future notifications, because then you'll never miss one of my live streams or my podcast episodes of the Numerology Show or Cosmic Conversations. It really helped my channel to grow as well. I'd really genuinely appreciate that. Also, remember as well that I do have the potential as well on this channel now of receiving live chat gifts. So even a small donation can really signify, to YouTube that the content that I'm putting out is valuable and enjoyable to you. So that would be amazing as well. And also would help me to pay for my dog's food habits that they've got with doggos, which they eat a lot of them, believe me, lots of doggos. You're very welcome, Erica. I'm glad that's connected. So it's the 12th of July. Brilliant, Kalisha. So the 12th of July, 1982. Hello to Lizuka as well. Nice to have you here as well. Welcome to today's live. So you've got a day number 3, a life path number 9, 10, 18, 19, 20, 7, 28, 29, 30. You're a double 3, Kalisha. Wow, so you're super creative. You're a performer. You're very performative. So the double, when you life path and your day number are the same, it kind of compounds and amplifies the qualities of that number within your personality blueprint and your purpose. So the 3 is, through and through, all about expansion. It's this beautiful bottle in the color mirror is called Jupiter, the coral ray, which is actually the color of the new Christ ray. So it's where love and power, pink love and yellow power, merge together for the purpose of expansion. So you love music, writing, lyrics, poetry, the arts, the healing arts. Many 3s, because of that sense of performance, go into entertainment, or they're going to being musicians, or even the healing arts. So, but what I often find with 3s is they often try and give too much of themselves, and they can risk getting overly stressed and burning out. So you also need a lot of space and time away from everybody else to allow your own creativity to blossom. You've got to learn to fill your own cup up first. A lot of 3s get very depressed because that's where you tend to get your material for your creative projects, you see. So you are also somebody who's very analytical. The 3 isn't just about creativity. It's also about analysis. 3s can be very critical, often of themselves, so they have to overcome issues of low self-esteem, lack of self-confidence, and lack of self-worth, so that you can really, step up and claim your spot. So, you love all of the arts, especially poetry. There you go then. That's beautiful. I bet you're a poet and you don't know it. Or maybe you're a poet and you do know it. I reckon that's right. There you go. Hello, Willard. Nice to see you. That's a great name, isn't it? I love WW names. Yeah. Are you born the same year as me, Willard? 1972. All the best people are born in 1972, Willard, aren't we? Don't you think? I reckon we are. There you go. You're an Aquarius. I love Aquarians. Yeah, my mum's an Aquarius. I've got an Aquarian moon, Libra sun, Aquarian moon. So I really like other air signs. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you were adopted after birth, were you, Willard? How interesting. That's going to be an interesting one for us to look at today, then, isn't it? We'll come to you, in due course. So Kalisha says, I arrived with curiosity, yet left with a feeling of connection, reflection, and gratitude. Some spaces do more than hold people. They awaken something within them. Thank you for creating this space. Ah, well, that's a lovely thing to say, isn't it? That's a lovely thing to say. Well, don't forget to subscribe. I'm born on the 16th of October, 1972, Kaz. Yeah. So look, we can also see you had some difficulties during childhood, Kalisha. So when you've got no 4, 5, and 6 in your birth chart, it can mean that maybe your parents separated when you were growing up, or there was one of your parents crossed, or there was sibling rivalry, or ill health, or maybe you just felt like you didn't fit in. You've also got the arrow of activity, the 7, 8, and 9, which is actually a suppression of nervous energy. So you're always on the go. You're always zipping around all over the place, doing loads of different things with loads and loads of different people. So one of the lessons for people with the arrow of activity is to learn to slow down. So you need to almost surround yourself with people that, are a bit more chilled out than you are. Yeah. Now, the year that you're in this year is a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is a 2. So when you get to a personal year 2, you are going to be feeling a bit more emotional, a bit more sensitive. So it's a very powerful year for processing the changes that you went through last year. So like last year, you may have moved house, changed jobs, got out of an old relationship if it wasn't working for you. And then this year you want to do the inner work. So spend some time reflecting, meditating, introspecting. It's great for new partnerships forming your personal year 2, because the 2 brings 2 people together, whether that's a collaboration in business or whether that's a new friendship or whatever it is. Also, during your personal year 2, you might sometimes feel second best or not heard if you're in out of alignment. So, it can play itself out in different ways. But regardless, you will be feeling a bit more emotional, a bit more sensitive this year. Okay. But you are somebody who's super sensitive, having those 2 2s, the 2 is divine feminine energy. So when you've got 2 of them, amplifies your sensitivity. So Kalisha, I'm going to pick a card out for you as well from the Cosmic Family Oracle cards. Hello to Desley Lockweather of Esoteric. So look, that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? It's lovely to see you here today as well. And Kalisha says, yes, started a partnership last month. You are spot on. Well, there you go. You see, what was I saying earlier on, guys? Colors and numbers don't lie. It's people that tend to lie, isn't it? Not colors and numbers. So when we learn to decode the language of light, we get very accurate information. And you've got Pleione. Again, she resurfaces. And Pleione is the mother of the 7 sisters in the Pleiades. So this is really reminding you to always speak from your heart, ideally your upper heart. So it's about heartfelt, creative, motherly communication. So whenever you are involved in any form of communication, just always speak with compassion and like you're the mother of that person and that you care about them. I always try and do that. We've got at the moment we've got right outside my house. I live opposite a park, and there's a big tree in the park, right in the middle of the park. And the other day I was walking past it, and I noticed a blanket and a pillow, and I was like, oh my god, I wonder if someone's sleeping under there. And there was like a bottle of something as well. Anyway, this morning, because I took the dogs out really early, like in the dark, so 5 o'clock in the morning I'm up. And anyway, I'm walking about and I noticed I could smell cigarettes, and I looked and there was a guy sleeping underneath the tree, and he was smoking a fag. He was on his phone, And I was like, oh my God, the poor thing, wonder what's happened to him. It's an older guy. So, today I'm going to make him a sandwich and I'm going to take it across. And I think that you have to remember that, every opportunity that you have to be of service, you should take it, and I'm quite fearful because I don't know him. He might turn around and stab me to death. Who knows? But it's very unlikely. So I'm like, no, I want this poor guy to feel some form of compassion, because when you're at your lowest ebb, it's very rarely someone's there to actually go, look, here's a nice hot cup of coffee and a nice sandwich for you. I'm going to do him a cheese and tomato sarnie in a nice fresh bun, and it might make his day better. But I think we've lost our humanity, haven't we? And I think we've got to remember it, because everyone is special. You don't know what caused him to be, underneath the tree. He could have lost everything. He could have been quite happy a couple of years ago and lost everything. And then it could have just flipped a switch in his brain that made him just not want to be here anymore. So, we have to remember our humanity. We do. Yeah. So you always try and do that, dear Cliche. You speak with love. That's beautiful. Oh, and thank you for the lovely little donation as well. That's so cute. That's so nice of you. I really appreciate that. There you go. Yeah, a small gift can make a big difference. It really can. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So, all right. Kalisha, if you loved that today as well, I kind of specialize. Well, I do specialize in creating what's called a Starseed Numerology Report. So that's a 22-page handcrafted document that I put together myself for you. So they are tailor-made, and it will explore all aspects of your birth chart and your name chart. So I'll look at your soul urge number, which is derived from the vowels within your living name, your outer expression number, which is derived from your consonants. I'll look at your complete name number as well. So I kind of look at both your birth chart and your name chart together simultaneously, and I look at them and I go, okay, does your name compound and amplify some of the negative attributes within the birth chart, or does it offer extra numerical influences that help to bring about balance and harmony in your purpose and your personality blueprint? Because there are good names and bad names for you, depending on what your birthday is. But also I bring in the major influences in your astrology as well, such as your sun and your moon, your north node and your ascendant. And I will reveal your galactic origins based around the position of your sun in your astrological natal chart. So it will reveal where your soul has incarnated onto the earth plane from after leaving source consciousness, which helps you to define your mission in this incarnation. So, it'll reveal whether your soul has come in from Andromeda, like mine has, or from Arcturus or Lyra or Sirius or the Pleiades or Orion or Antares or Alpha Centauri, or one of a plethora of other constellations and galaxies out there. It also will explore any significant or relevant past or parallel lives that are impacting on your current life experience, any karmic lessons to become aware of, and your pyramids, which are really predictive about your future as well. So if you'd like the full report, then just click the link in the description of the video, and that'll take you through to get that on the special offer today, which is only 59 Australian dollars, which works out to be about 40 US. And then just remember to give me 3 to 5 business days to create it for you. All right. And that gets emailed through on completion. There you go. Wonderful, Kalisha. Thank you. Yeah, you'll love it. You will love it. So there you go. So Willard says, can you please pull a card on how many kids I had from an affair one night in 99? I didn't know about it until last November. Wow. If you can please tell me how many. Wow, Willard, that's a really, really interesting phenomenon that you had, isn't it? How interesting. Well, do you know what? We'll look at that in a little while. I want to come next to, so we've got Delcy here. So nice to see it. We've got Jarastafarani. So what's your real name then? So you're born on the 24th of May, 1973. Perfect. Okay. So you have got a day number 6. You've got a life path number 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5, 29, 31 is a 4. So you got a 5, a 2, a 4, a 1, a 9, a 7, and a 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I've got all your numbers there. So you've actually got a lot of arrows within your birth chart, a lot of positive arrows. And then you're in a 5, 10, 11, 12 is a 3. There you go. So you are Melanian. Oh, it's Mel. Did we do a reading for you recently? I'm trying to remember. Your name really rings a bell for me. Because if we did, it won't really change that much. Well, at all. It'll be the same as what I said to you before. So I definitely do remember your name now come to mention it. So did I do a reading for you? Like, must have been a few weeks ago now. Do let me know, Mel. I might have completely got it wrong. Maybe there's 2 of you. It was the other day. I thought so. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to do another reading for you during the live purely because it won't change. But what I will do is pick a card out for you. All right. Instead, what I would suggest to you, if you loved your reading the other day and you want more information, definitely get the full Starseed Numerology report, because that will go into everything in so much more detail than I've been able to do during today's live. Okay. Okay. So the card that comes up for you is the Hydean Starseed. This is Tarot, which is about hiding your light or fearing your power. So, this means that you may be, whether it's the environment you're in or the family dynamic or the relationship, you may have suppressed your light a little bit. You're not fully beaming it out there and being authentically you. Or maybe you fear your own power, because often when we realize that we are ancient, immortal beings of light, and that we are, just limitless, we can often fear like that. We can go, oh my God, this means that I'm going to have to change and become something else. And it can be a little bit daunting. It's like, oh my God, like, what does this actually mean for me? But then when we go, well, actually, why would I want to stay being the same when I've got all this other stuff available to me, which is much more expansive and connected? So maybe that's what's taking place with you right now. Maybe you are hiding that a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you might be just hiding your light a little bit, I would suggest. What do you think about that? So your real name is Richard Vanderbilt Whitney. Oh, that's a very unusual name. And you're an Aquarian, are you? Yeah. So you're born on the 16th of February, 1972. Okay. So Willard, the 16th of Feb, 1972. So you've got the day number 16 like me. So the 16 energy is karmic. So it means that you may have been selfish in love in a previous incarnation. So in this life, you might fear that someone's going to betray you, or that you're going to have an affair, or that they're going to have an affair. So it's interesting you're talking about wondering how many kids that you've had through an affair. So, again, it comes around, with being selfish in love. So, it's an interesting one, because the 16 actually does relate to the Tower card in traditional tarot, which is an explosion of old structures in your life for a consequent clarification. For many times, 16s have to go through everything exploding in their life, for a consequent clarification. So you're going to have to learn through your own experiences as a 16-7. So no one can tell you how to live your life. You've kind of got to do it your own way. So even if that means that sometimes you have to fall, dust yourself off, get back up again, that's just what makes you roll. Hey. Now your life path is a 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, 21, 27, 28 is a 10. So Willard, the 28 10s often can be very successful in life financially or with business. So you could have your own business. You're a leader, in so many different ways. You're an entrepreneur, really. But you're somebody who's a deep thinker. So you love exploring the mysteries, the illusions, the miracles, magic, and faith of life. But you may have trust issues. Justice is going to be very, very important for you, being a day number 7. So, you're a supporter of the underdog. The 7 relates to the planet Neptune, which is the Roman god of the sea, or the king of Atlantis. So that's that beautiful turquoise ray. So this is about the future. It's about the age of Aquarius. It's about past lives in Atlantis. This is about, the water elemental. This is a number which explores the subconscious. So you like delving deeply into information. So for you, as a 710, you've not only had past lives in Atlantis, maybe where, you were selfish in love, or maybe, during times of ancient Egypt as well. So you don't have any arrows in your birth chart either, Willard. You can't join the numbers in any direction. So you've also somebody who's very adaptable, but you've got to learn to be wisely assertive. You are very sensitive, having the 2 2s. You've got a nice creative gift as well. And there is some sacrifice in your life in either love, health, or money. So one of those 3 things may become a bit of a pattern of loss. But the year that you're in this year is a 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is a 1. So it is a year of new starts, new beginnings. Yeah, it could be finding out new information. You mentioned that you just found out that that you're the father to a few kids for a one-night stand. So this could be a year where new beginnings for you. Maybe being the father, starting maybe to become a father for those children. My feeling is that there's only one. Yeah, I do feel like there's only one, not more than one. I don't think you've had twins or triplets. No. Yeah, my day's going really well. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for being here again, Shelley. Yeah, very good. Yeah, have you had a good day as well? Hopefully you have. Misty says, can you share more about the significance of the coloured bottles and its contents and how you can recommend using them with your clients? Yeah. So the bottles are vibrational remedies. So we pour them into the bath and we can submerge our bodies and they'll go into the cellular memory and release trauma. Yeah. Or old codes. So they replace all the old trauma with divine love. So they upgrade you energetically, etherically, both physically and non-physically. Yeah, so they're like very highly potentiated vibrational remedies, a bit like homeopathy or the Australian bushflower essences, but they're also used as diagnostic tools, as I mentioned before, within consultation. Yeah. There you go. And can I tell you if it was from Teresa Michelle Munoz? I'm not sure, to be fair. No, I'm not. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I do feel like there's one walking around in the ethers somewhere. Yeah, yeah. You should have an idea. You'll get a feeling about it. Maybe use a dowsing rod. Sometimes a dowsing rod could give you a yes or no response about the names. Yeah. How interesting and exciting, though. Are you excited about being a father? I think that would be fascinating. Wow. So, Delcy, I think you're next up. So, is that your real name? Desley, sorry, Desley, not Delcy. I think I'm sure I've got what do they call it? What do they call it when you get your letters around the wrong way? Not ambidextrous. Mild autism, probably, is the best way to describe it. And thank you so much for the super sticker, Jurastafani. Oh, that's so cute. I appreciate that. That's so kind. Thank you so much. You're all being very generous in today's live chat, aren't you? Sending me gifts left, right, and center. I don't know. So who are we coming to next then? We're going to have a little explore of There you go. Sorry, I'm losing my marbles. Who is it? Who is it that we're looking at next? There you go. Oh, wow. Okay. So I got drunk at a party, passed out in my room, and apparently Teresa and Melanie Mason and Angela Monos and Julia and Nino and somebody just coming around and Jennifer Diane Goss and Julianne. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot, isn't it? Wow. That's a lot. Wow. There you go. Oh, wow. That was a lot. That really was a lot. Dyslexic. That's right. Dyslexic. There we go. Deary me. There you go. You are funny. There we go. There we go. I've had to get rid of Willard. Sorry, I think he was a troll. I don't think any of that was true. Do you guys? I smell a rat, don't you, with Willard? So I have deleted him from the chat. There you go. God bless his soul. God bless his soul and all that he stands for. All right, guys. Well, hopefully that's all connected. Now, is there anybody else who's watching that would like me to do some insights for them today? So speak now or forever hold your peace. I do feel like I want to pick a card out for the collective. I'm just going to clear the space around us of all that nonsense from Willard. Don't you think? That was all very interesting. It's just the name, isn't it? So, Delcy, are you still there? Desley, are you still there? Say yes, Hayden, if you're still here. And then there you go. Ah. Oh, wow, did it? Oh, bless you. So there you go. So Erica says, I tried to purchase the Starseed Numerology report and it says the card was declined. Oh, no, really? Maybe you haven't got any cash on your card. Did you check that? That might be worth checking. Yeah. The other way to do it as well, like if you're having any trouble, is pop it into PayPal. So I'll pop it in here because maybe it's just having one of those days, your card. So paypal.me/Dreamtime Academy. So you can do it through PayPal Me is another way to do it. But then you will need to remember to send me your birth date. Okay, so you'll receive an email. Make sure you send me your birth date, time, place of birth, and living name. Because if you pay by PayPal, you won't be able to fill in the landing page. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. That's very sweet. Oh, there you go. So I think Kesley's not here. Ow. What's going on, boys? I think they're wanting some attention, guys. So I am going to probably head off. That's all right, Jenny. Could you tell? Could you just tell? Yeah, he was a bit of a troll, wasn't he? I don't think any of that was absolutely accurate. Oh, you are there, Desley. You are there. Right, brilliant. Okay, we're going to have a look at doing you. Boys, come on. Don't be naughty. There you go. They are being funny. They're like, Hayden, you've been going for 2.5 hours. I get very sidetracked in these lives. So I better rest my voice because I have got a bit of a scratchy throat. So I am going to make you the last reading of today, Desley. Now you've got a beautiful day number 3. You've got a life path number 9, 10, 16, 17, 26, 27, 28. Oh, you're a 29, 11. I'm so pleased. Well, I'm pleased that we've got a master number 11 in the chat. So you've actually signed up for the role of the Olympic spiritual athlete in this incarnation, Desley. So on your soul contract that you signed before you came to Earth, you sort of said, look, I want to have a swift evolution of soul, so throw it all at me. I want to go through a divorce or separation from family, even separation from country in the more extreme scenarios. So people who aren't really serious about their soul evolution do not come in as a 29-11. Now, this does mean that you'd make a good life coach, spiritual teacher, or social worker, because you can only really ever take people as far as you've been yourself. So again, you could be tapping into your clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. The 11 is duality in the color mirrors, which is like really deep magenta over clear. It looks black and white. So for life path 2911s, your life is never going to be gray. It's either going to be really, really good or really, really bad. Be like up and down like a yo-yo. So it's extremes, So it is your last look at issues of separation, though. So you're playing the role of what I call the role of the Olympic spiritual athlete. So the 11 will often bring in those separations. You see, you are hypersensitive. You've got no numbers on your soul plane. The arrow of hypersensitivity means you've got a weak soul protection. You get really easily hurt by people. So just the little throwaway comments that people make can sometimes deeply upset you. Yeah. But also you've got the arrow of intellect, the 3, 6, and 9. So this means that you've got a very active mind. So you're always thinking, analyzing, rationalizing, philosophizing. Your mind will go 10 to the dozen. So your long-term memory is probably going to be a lot better than your short-term memory. So you'll remember all the names of the people that you went to primary school with, but you won't remember what you had for your dinner last night. You'll be like, oh my God, what did I actually eat last night? So there is this very, very active mind that you've got. So you've got a deep love of the home and the family. You're also somebody who's a very wise old soul, having those 2 9s. So it's definitely not your first rodeo. And you're also very creative, Definitely having that 3 is very expansive Jupiter energy. So you're very intelligent. The 3 is analysis, intelligence, the critic, and the creative. So a lot of 3s, day number 3s, are really performative. But you may have conflict between your deep empathy and intuition and your logic. The 3 is more of a left brain mind number, so it can be quite analytical and logical. And the 11 is more empathic and intuitive. So I often find that can bring up a little bit of a inner conflict of what to actually trust when you're making your decisions. There you go. I still sent him blessings, Jenny, on his merry little way. I did, yes. I've dealt with worse than that. Honestly, you guys will have no idea, right? So I'm going to tell you a little story. Do you want to hear a story? So when we first moved to this house, we've been here about 7 years now. It was about a year in, and I was doing a lot of coaching calls for people, like discovery calls, and I did one with a woman in Quebec in Canada. Bearing in mind, I live in Perth in Western Australia. So I was on for about 2 minutes. I realized I wasn't going to be able to help her. I just got a funny feeling, a bit like, the Willard thing. And I was like, oh, no. I said, look, I don't think I'm the right person to help you, my love. And anyway, 8 months later, she contacted me via Instagram, I think it was, or TikTok. Oh, I've seen you're going to be doing a psychic fair in Cannington. And I was like, and I was like, oh my God, she contacted me for? And then she said, oh, I'm going to be there. And I'm like, what? You live in Quebec? Why would you do that? Anyway, so I thought nothing of it. I just thought she's bonkers. Anyway, the next night, in the middle of the night, I heard her knocking on my door at 3 in sets of 3, knock, 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 like that. And I woke up and I was like, oh, was that a dream or was that real? So I got up out of bed in my pants and I was looked round the front of the door. Our front door is half glass. And she was there standing, dressed as an ancient Egyptian with a, almost like an upturned basket of fruit on top of her head and an upside down onk, like a White Walker, and staring blankly through the door like that. And I literally screamed, ran down the corridor in my pants. And I was calling out to my husband, phone the police, phone the police. And she didn't go, and the police arrived and they ended up taking her off, to the police station. And she was in Australia for about 3 weeks, and she tried to find me at work the next day. So she was a proper stalker, like a proper stalker. So the moral of the story is nothing phases me anymore, because I've seen the worst case scenario. And it was quite traumatic, though, I must admit. Yeah. There you go. Oh, you don't think he's a troll? Oh my God, I better unblock him then. Was I being cruel for no reason? There you go. Did I? I handled it perfectly. There you go. Oh, good. Okay. Well, as long as I haven't given him like a rejection complex. I don't want to give anybody that. So yeah, you're in your personal year 5 this year, which is a year of freedom, communication, versatility. It's a year to book a trip, Desley. If you can, if you can afford to go overseas, this is the year to do it. So make sure you surround yourself with people that will allow you to express yourself freely as well, and try and let go of old identities this year and be really honest with yourself about what you really want. Don't pretend this year or hide away. Okay. Exactly, Misty. It was. Oh, jeez. It was like that. It was proper scary, to say the least. Yes. But, these things happen. You got to be prepared for anything. Like a good Boy Scout once said, dib, 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 dob, dob, dob. A good Boy Scout is always prepared for everything. So, Desley, hopefully this is connected with you. And hopefully I've brought some upliftment to your day today, Desley, as well. You got the Heidi and Creative Ethro, which is about embracing the truth that you are divine love. And I often find that, with the 11s, because of that extreme energy of the 11, you're one of the oldest souls on the planet. And of course, the magenta ray is embodied within the number 11. See, it looks like black and white, but look, it's deep magenta over clear. So magenta is all about divine love, and clear is source consciousness. So it's only an illusion that those two things are separate. So for 11s, they've got to learn to love their shadows as much as their light and integrate them instead of running away from them, because you'll present yourself as a mirror to other people. People will either love you or not. You'd be a bit like Marmite, but people will come to you for advice and guidance. But you are here to be a guide for humanity as we evolve into the new Earth Matrix. Yeah. Ah, there you go. That's so cool. Thank you for bringing some of your tribe into the chat today. Hopefully, Willard wasn't one of them. You know what I mean? That would be a bit orkies. But lovely to have you guys here with me today. I'm going to be signing off now myself. Have an amazing rest of your night, guys. I'll keep this special offer open. So if you click the link in the bio to get your full Starseed Numerology report, if you're feeling so inclined, then make sure that you claim that on today's special offer price of only 59 Australian dollars, and send me your birth date, time, place of birth, and living name. Desley says, thank you, Hayden. You're spot on. Want to do a mystery school tour from France to Egypt. Yes, people either love or not. I'm off to France in 2 months' time. Yeah, I love it there. I'm feeling really, really drawn to move to France from Australia. We went there last year as well. We're going to go to Charente Maritime this time round. And France to Egypt just sounds like a dream come true. It really sounds amazing, doesn't it? Oh, well, good luck with that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have an amazing rest of your day, guys. See you on the flip side. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Big love, guys. See you soon. Bye for now.